Alright, the kid gloves are coming off because this is getting ridiculous. What's up, everyone? It's your boy Stump, and welcome back to a Critical Ops Hot Take. I haven't had to make one of these videos in a while, but there is a reason for it, and that is because the 1.49 feedback is abysmally stupid. Now, I'm not saying the feedback itself is stupid. All feedback is appreciated, and I know the devs appreciate it, but man, you guys are just exposing yourselves. So if you don't know, Critical Ops has released the 1.49 beta for everyone to join and test and give feedback on, and all the feedbacks come in, and the devs have made a feedback page on their official website, which I've never seen happen before. I don't know if it's happened more than once, but I've never seen this before. This kind of lays out the reasoning why the devs made these changes, and the changes in particular are the changes to the SG551 and AUG recoil patterns, and also the incendiary grenades, including team damage, into the mix. So I'll cover the recoil changes first, then the incendiary grenade feedback, and we'll just go from there to see how this video turns out. So right now on the screen, I'm going to be showing you the 1.48 SG551 and AUG recoil patterns. And then immediately after, I'm going to be showing you the 1.49 recoil patterns for the SG551 and AUG. And most of you will notice it is noticeably harder. And the players who have been giving the feedback have been saying the SG is broken, the SG is unusable now, the SG recoil is so busted, it is so random. Bro, you do realize you're exposing yourself for being shit at the game, right? You do realize how easy it is to master recoil. You need just 15 minutes a day for 2 weeks just to be able to learn the new spray pattern. And the reason they made it harder is because the SG and AUG were the most picked weapons for both teams. Like, nobody would use anything else other than those weapons. Even if they didn't have enough money to buy armor, they would just buy the weapon outright. I mean, you still have the AK-47, the M4, the HK-417. You've got the Scar H and the AR-15. But nobody wants to use those weapons. All they want to use is the SG and the AUG. And the only way they could get the SG and AUG is if they use the AK and the M4, which is why those numbers are still up. So the SG551 and the AUG are supposed to be the upgrades to the AK and the M4. And the only reason they should be upgrades is because they do decently more damage, which they do, but they should still have a bit of challenge behind them to be able to use them. Like, it takes a certain skill level to be able to use these weapons effectively at range, which is going to be a lot harder to do in the 1.49 update. And I welcome this change. Honestly, this will allow players to be able to use more weapons other than just the SG and AUG. So anyways, on to the second point where the incendiaries do team damage. Everyone's complaining about griefers. Obviously, that's going to be a problem, but do you realize how easy it is to report griefers in this game? Like, all you gotta do is just hit record the first time they kill you intentionally and just keep recording, because you know what the griefers need? They need dopamine to their chromosome, their extra chromosome, because they need to have dopamine in order to be able to function in society, and if they don't have dopamine, then they're just not going to be able to interact with human beings. They're not going to be able to touch grass. So the more dopamine they get by killing their teammates, the more interactions they'll be able to have. I mean, it's a win-win scenario, right? So the longer you record, the more likely you will find griefers griefing your team. Then you'll be able to report them within the game itself. And the devs have said that they were going to be closely monitoring the griefing situation that would arise from this game. But I personally will have a zero tolerance policy against griefers, especially using incendiary grenades. And the reason there's team damage with the incendiary grenades in the first place is so that way the players can't create safe spaces for their team to just pass through without taking any damage, which makes sense. I mean, that's reasonable. This also incentivizes players to actually learn how to use the incendiaries properly and to know when your team is throwing an incendiary so that you don't accidentally walk into it and kill yourself. And I've also given a suggestion about how to handle the incendiary griefing situation, and I'm going to leave this in here for the devs who decide to watch it. But basically, let's have a system in place kind of like how Counter-Strike has it, where if you kill 3 teammates on purpose or accidentally, then you're just kicked from the game and you have a 30-minute ban. And you're probably saying, well, Stump, why punish players that do it accidentally? Well, see, the thing is that this game is supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be hand-holding you. But I digress. That isn't going to be a feature, but it is important to be reporting those griefers. And the game already tells you how you can report the players in-game. There is an article within the help section of Critical Ops that shows you how to do this. I've done it multiple times, and I've gotten players banned with it. So with all that said, this update is just one big skill check, and it's going to be a hard pill to swallow for a lot of players. They're just going to have to get good. And if you want to get better, I got some awesome tips and tricks videos on this channel that you can watch right now. And as always, stay safe. Bye-bye.